Have you ever wondered if the amount of walking you do each day is really enough to keep your heart strong? I mean, we've all heard about those 10,000 steps a day, right? But what if I told you that number might not actually be the magic one for someone over 65? Here's the surprising truth. You may not need to walk as much as you think to protect your heart, lower your blood pressure, and even extend your life. In fact, just a few small changes in your daily routine could make a real difference. In today's video, we're going to explore how many steps are truly enough for a healthy heart after 65. And I promise, the answer might make you breathe a little easier. We'll talk about what recent studies say, how to walk smarter, not harder, and why it's never too late to start. So if you're looking for practical, easy-to-follow heart health tips that actually fit your life, you're in the right place. Make sure to hit that follow button and join us here at Better Heart Senior. Every week, we share real, science-backed advice to help you take care of your heart, one small step at a time. Now let's get walking together. Why walking is the best gift you can give your heart after 65. You don't need fancy machines or gym memberships to take care of your heart. In fact, one of the most powerful things you can do is something you've been doing your whole life, walking. And after 65, walking becomes more than just a way to get around. It becomes a tool for protecting your heart and keeping your body strong. When you walk regularly, something incredible happens inside you. Your heart doesn't have to work as hard to pump blood. Your blood pressure begins to lower. Your circulation improves. Even your cholesterol levels can get better. All of that just by putting one foot in front of the other. And here's something that often surprises people. Walking doesn't just help your heart. It also helps keep your brain sharp, your mood more stable, and your balance stronger, which means fewer falls and more independence. For many seniors, walking each day can mean the difference between feeling tired and feeling energized, between needing help and staying active on your own. There's real science behind this. Doctors and heart health researchers continue to say that walking is one of the safest and most effective exercises for older adults. It's gentle on the joints, easy to start at any level, and most importantly, it works. So if you've ever felt unsure about whether you're doing enough for your heart, just remember, every step you take is a step toward better health. And the best part is, you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be consistent. In the next part, we're going to clear up one of the biggest myths about walking, that you need to hit 10,000 steps every single day. The truth might surprise you, and it might just make you feel a whole lot better about the progress you're already making. Do you really need 10,000 steps a day? The truth might surprise you. For years, we've been told that 10,000 steps a day is the magic number. It shows up on our fitness watches, in health magazines, even on the news. But here's the truth, especially for seniors. That number wasn't based on medical research at all. It actually came from a marketing campaign in Japan back in the 1960s to sell pedometers. That doesn't mean walking a lot isn't good for you. But it does mean that you don't need to feel guilty or discouraged if you're not hitting that 10,000 mark. In fact, recent studies have found that older adults begin to see major heart health benefits with as few as 4,000 steps a day. That's right, 4,000. Researchers at Harvard and other leading institutions discovered that for people over 65, even a modest increase in daily steps can lower the risk of heart disease, stroke, and even early death. The biggest improvements happen between about 4,000 and 7,000 steps per day. And after that, the benefits begin to level off. So pushing yourself too hard might not actually add much more protection, and it could even increase the risk of fatigue or injury. What that means is simple. You don't have to overdo it. You don't need to be perfect. What matters most is moving more than you did yesterday, even if it's just a few extra steps around the house or a gentle stroll in the yard. So instead of chasing a big number that was never meant for you, let's focus on something better. What really works for your heart, your body, and your lifestyle. In the next part, we'll talk about what those step goals might actually look like. How many steps are enough to protect your heart, and how to build a walking routine that's realistic, flexible, and just right for you. How many steps are enough? The numbers that truly matter for your heart. Now that we've cleared up the 10,000 step myth, let's talk about what really matters. How many steps are actually enough to support your heart after 65? According to several large studies, including those focused specifically on older adults, the heart begins to respond positively when you reach around 4,000 steps a day. That's about 2 miles of walking, spread out however you like, morning, afternoon, or even in small chunks throughout the day. If you're already doing that, wonderful. You're giving your heart the support it needs. But if that still feels like a stretch, don't worry. Even walking just 2,000 steps a day, about a mile, can help maintain basic health, especially if you've been mostly sedentary. Every step counts. Now, if you're feeling stronger and want to aim a little higher, stepping up to around 6 or 7,000 steps a day may offer even more heart protection. People in that range tend to have lower blood pressure, more stable blood sugar, and better cholesterol levels. They also tend to sleep better and report fewer aches and pains. But the key is not the number, it's the consistency. Your heart benefits most from regular daily movement, not from pushing too hard on one day and skipping the next. So rather than focusing on hitting a high step count all at once, try to think about building a rhythm that fits your lifestyle. And here's some good news. Your steps don't have to happen all at once. A few minutes of walking after meals, a stroll around the block in the afternoon, or even walking indoors during commercials, they all add up. In the next part, we'll talk about how to make those steps even more meaningful. Because it's not just how many steps you take, it's how you take them that can make all the difference for your heart. More than just numbers. How you walk matters too. So now we know that the number of steps you take each day is important. But here's something just as valuable. The way you walk matters too. That's right. It's not only about moving more, it's also about moving well. Let's start with posture. When you walk, try to keep your head up, your shoulders relaxed, and your back straight. Look ahead instead of down at your feet. This simple adjustment can help you breathe more deeply and reduce strain on your back and joints. It also improves circulation and helps your body move more efficiently, especially important for your heart. Next, think about your pace. You don't have to walk fast, but walking at a steady, comfortable rhythm can help increase your heart rate just enough to give your cardiovascular system a gentle workout. And if you're up for it, adding short bursts of slightly quicker steps, just for a minute or two, can boost your heart health even more. Now let's talk about the environment. Walking outside when possible brings extra benefits. Fresh air, natural light, and a change of scenery can help lower stress and improve your mood. A quiet morning walk or a peaceful evening stroll can do wonders not just for your heart, but for your spirit too. And if the weather doesn't cooperate, that's okay. Walking indoors, whether around the house, at the mall, or in a senior center, is still valuable. What matters most is that you keep moving and make it part of your daily rhythm. Some people also find joy in walking with others. A walking buddy, a neighbor, or even a dog can turn this simple activity into something social and fun. It's a small way to stay connected, and it makes walking feel less like a task and more like a treat. In the next part, we'll talk about how to build a walking habit that actually sticks, one that fits your routine, your comfort level, and your goals, so that walking becomes something you enjoy, not something you have to force. How to turn walking into a habit that sticks. We all know that starting something new is one thing, but keeping it going day after day is the real challenge. The good news is you don't need to make big changes overnight. In fact, the easiest way to build a lasting walking habit is to start small and make it fit naturally into your day. Think about the routines you already have. Maybe you get up early to make coffee, or you take a break after lunch to stretch. These are perfect moments to add a short walk. Even 5 minutes around the house, around the block, or down the driveway can start to add up. The key is to link walking to something you already do, so it becomes part of your rhythm, not an extra chore. One of the most helpful tricks is to set a simple, realistic goal for the week. For example, you might decide to walk for 10 minutes every morning after breakfast, just 3 days this week. Once you do that, you can add another day, or add 5 more minutes. It's about building momentum, not perfection. Another helpful tool, keep track of your steps. You don't need a fancy watch or a smartphone. A simple notepad works just fine. Writing down your steps or the time you walked gives you a sense of progress. And there's something satisfying about seeing it grow each day. It becomes a quiet form of motivation. And don't forget, some days will be easier than others. That's normal. If you miss a day, don't let it stop you. What matters is getting back to it the next day without guilt. Walking for your heart is not about pushing hard. It's about showing up gently and consistently for yourself. In the next part, we'll look at something just as important as how and when you walk, knowing when to pause. Because while walking is safe for most people, there are a few signs you should never ignore. When to slow down. Signs your body needs a break. Walking is one of the safest ways to care for your heart, but even the gentlest activity can sometimes be too much, especially if your body is sending you signals to slow down. The important thing is to listen. So how do you know when it's time to pause? If you ever feel dizzy, short of breath, or suddenly very tired while walking, stop and rest. Those are signs that your body may be working harder than it should. And if you notice pain or tightness in your chest, shoulders, neck, or arms, it's important to take that seriously and seek help right away. Some people also feel pressure in their upper back or jaw, especially women. These can sometimes be early signs of heart strain, and they're often easy to dismiss. But if anything feels off, it's better to be cautious. Your safety always comes first. Another thing to watch for is how long it takes you to recover. If you find yourself feeling unusually tired for hours after a short walk, or if your legs feel weak and heavy, your body might be telling you to take a break or to adjust your routine. Now, this doesn't mean you should be afraid to move. In fact, the more regularly you walk, the easier it becomes. But it does mean that tuning into your body is just as important as counting steps. And remember, if you have a heart condition, diabetes, or any other ongoing health issue, it's a good idea to talk to your doctor before starting or changing your walking routine. They can help you find the right pace and duration that supports your health without adding stress. In the next part, we'll look at some of the common mistakes people make when walking and how to fix them easily so you can get the most out of every step, safely and comfortably. Simple mistakes that make walking harder and how to fix them. Walking sounds easy enough, right? But here's something many people don't realize. Even a simple walk can be less effective or even uncomfortable if a few small things are off. The good news is, these mistakes are common, and they're easy to fix once you know what to look for. One of the most common issues is walking with poor posture. Maybe you're looking down at your feet, hunching your shoulders, or leaning too far forward. It might not seem like a big deal, but over time, poor alignment can strain your back, hips, and even your heart. Try standing tall, letting your arms swing naturally, and keeping your gaze forward. This small shift can help you breathe better and walk with more ease. Another mistake many seniors make is wearing the wrong shoes. If your shoes are too tight, too loose, or don't have proper support, they can cause foot pain, knee discomfort, or even throw off your balance. A good walking shoe should be lightweight, flexible, and have enough cushioning to absorb impact, especially on sidewalks or pavement. If you're unsure, visit a store that specializes in walking shoes and ask for help. Your feet and your heart will thank you. And here's one more. Skipping a warm-up. You don't need to stretch for half an hour, but gently rolling your shoulders, marching in place, or swinging your arms for a minute or two before you walk can get your blood flowing and reduce stiffness. It's especially helpful in the morning or when it's cold outside. Fixing these little things doesn't take much time, but the difference in how you feel during and after your walk can be big. You might find yourself moving more comfortably, breathing more deeply, and enjoying the walk even more. In the final part, we'll bring everything together. We'll talk about why walking truly is one of the best gifts you can give your heart, and how even the smallest steps can lead to lasting change. Every step counts, and every step brings you closer to a stronger heart. So now you know, you don't need to chase 10,000 steps a day to take care of your heart. You don't need to walk fast or far or perfectly. What you do need is consistency, a little awareness, and a lot of kindness toward yourself. Whether it's 2,000 steps or 6,000, whether it's a stroll around the block or a quiet walk through the house, every step you take matters. Each one helps your heart stay stronger. Each one brings more oxygen to your brain, more energy to your body, and more life to your day. Walking isn't just about numbers. It's about building a rhythm that supports your health, lifts your mood, and reminds you that you're still moving forward, no matter your age. And that in itself is a powerful thing. So tomorrow, when you put on your shoes, take a moment to remember this. It's not about doing more than others. It's about doing what's right for you today and then doing it again the next day and the day after that. If you found this video helpful, I invite you to follow our channel, Better Heart Senior. Each week, we share real tips for heart health after 65 because your heart deserves care, attention, and a little encouragement every step of the way. Thank you for walking with me today. I'll see you in the next video.